Welcome to the Missouri Valley Conference Men's Basketball Game of the Week. It's the Valley on ESPN. The Bradley Braves play host to the Northern Iowa Panthers. Greetings from Carver Arena in Peoria, Illinois. I'm John Rooney along with Rich Zabosik. And Rich, tonight we open the 115th season of Missouri Valley Conference basketball.
And John, both teams coming off big wins. UNI went on the road, knocked off number 16 St. Bonaventure. Meanwhile, Bradley with a 32-point win over Maine here in the friendly confines of Carver Arena.
As we highlight two key players in the game tonight, A.J. Green is coming off a career-high 35 points the last time out. He is something to talk about on the offensive side.
A.J. Green is wearing off the rust. He sat out last year with hip surgery. 2 years ago was the Larry Bird Player of the Year. 9 of 15 from the three-point line against St. Bonaventure, averaging over 3.4 threes per game. You must contain him if you're going to beat Northern Iowa. Meanwhile, Terry Roberts is that dynamic point guard that Brian Wardle has been looking for ever since the graduation of Darryl Brown. Terry Roberts, 13.7 points per game and over 4 assists for the Bradley Braves.
Well, let's check out tonight's starting lineups brought to you by Grinnell Mutual Insurance. Trust in tomorrow. And there you see the starting five for the UNI Panthers with Nate Heisey, a freshman, in with a talented group of Pickford, Green, Burhow, and big Austin Fife. The Bradley Braves come in at 2-5 into the Missouri Valley Conference opener, while UNI has a record of 2-3. And there's the lineup for the Braves, with Terry Roberts, a talented newcomer, along with Leons, Henry, Tavanainen, and Rink Mast. Our officials for the game tonight, Randy Heimerman, Brad Ferry, and Mike O'Neill. As we have the Panthers coming out to the court, dressed in purple. Purple and old gold, the colors for the Panthers. The Bradley Braves in the white uniforms with the red trim. And Rich, here we have the conference opener. It's not January, it's December.
But it's great to be talking Valley basketball right now. And it kind of gets the fans excited. The students are in their last couple weeks of fall semester. And you look at this Northern Iowa team, very experienced. Meanwhile, Bradley trying to mix in some of the new guys.
And for the Bradley Braves, Jashawn Henry in the middle, along with Austin Fife of UNI. And UNI on the attack. And there's number 4, A.J. Green. Watch him closely.
Well, Henry draws the assignment of Green. A big, strong guard playing him. And that is Ryan Wardle's recipe against A.J. Green. Put a big guy on him so that Green can't bully him.
Down to 7 on the shot clock with Green out front. Takes the long outside shot. Perfect.
Some things never change.
He's picking up where he left off against St. Bonaventure, tying a career high with 35 on Saturday. Tavanainen out front now, and we have a foul called. That's against Bradley. As we go over our keys to the game, Rich's Keys, a presentation of SSM Health Physical Therapy, the official physical therapy partner of the Missouri Valley Conference and Arch Madness.
For UNI, no stickage. The ball has got to move on the offensive end so they can get wide open threes and then battle on the glass. Bradley's a team that averages 14 offensive rebounds a game. And then for Bradley, guard the three-point line, as you saw in that first possession with A.J. Green, and shoot the right shot.
And
high percentage shots.
Don't shoot quick. Here come the UNI Panthers. Fife out front, guarded closely by Rink Mast. Every now and then, Fife will shoot the three-point shot.
It's a facet of his game that has developed over the last couple of years.
Here's Green stopping and popping, but that's short. And a rebound for Rink Mast, who averages 8.6 rebounds a game. Bradley is the top rebounding team in the conference and in the top 25 in the country.
Sometimes their best offense is just get it up on the rim and go get it, unless it's in Tavanainen's hands.
Tavanainen averaging 5.8 a game on the board. coming off 3 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists in 19 minutes against Maine on Saturday. Pickford didn't have the shot. Bradley will defend. That rims out. Wouldn't go down for Taiwan Pickford, senior out of Minneapolis. Here's Roberts, number 0. He'll take the 3. And that hit the clock. Out of bounds, and the ball goes back to UNI.
And that is a read by Terry Roberts. And watching them in shoot-around today, that was one thing that Coach Wardle told him. If your defender goes underneath the screen, it's going to give you a wide-open look. He's got to bury that.
Just getting started here. Peoria, Illinois, 3-2 in favor of UNI. The long outside shot, Pickford is short. Here's Roberts into the front court on the run. Lost a handle on it, but boy, did he get some help from Henry.
Johnny on the spot. Henry.
One thing about Bradley, the Braves get in rebound position. They're set when the ball goes up.
Well, they understand that Roberts will go back. The other 4 guys crash the glass.
Pickford out front, moving past the pick set by Henry. Henry at the point now with 6 on the shot clock. Green in on Jashawn Henry, and a foul on Henry of Bradley, his first. 2 shots coming up for A.J. Green. In fact, he's going to shoot 3. Green from the line, 71%. He hit a 3 ball for UNI's points. Bradley with 4 points. Henry and Tavanainen with the scoring for Bradley so far. And 4 for A.J. Green, the junior from Cedar Falls, Iowa. 2-time reigning MVC preseason player of the year. How many of those do you think he's shot over the years? I'm not talking about in the games.
Thousands and thousands. It's a lot of hours.
He makes that look so easy, Rich.
Well, I can tell you this much. It's the Malcolm Gladwell theory. 10,000 hours to become perfect at something, to become an expert. I'll guarantee you that A.J. Green has spent close to that in the gym, perfecting his shot.
Well, Green has all 6 points for the Panthers, as Henry has scored 2 of the 4 points for Bradley. Leons. Too strong off the glass, but with the rebound, Boya can't score. Another offensive rebound for Bradley and a scramble at the end line. And that's taken away by Nate Heisey. Here's Green. Quick release and another 3.
Just when you think he's going to use this step back, it's a catch and 3.
That's the thing I remember about him, Rich. Hip problems since he was the player of the year in the conference. And Terry Roberts gets on the board with his first field goal, but how quickly Green gets the ball and it's out of his hands, going straight up with the jumper, really textbook.
Yeah, and you watch his shot, it's a little bit behind his head, so it's very tough to block. But quick release.
Burhow going for the long rebound. UNI can't secure it. Boya was able to get his hands on it. Hickman in the front court. Roberts going low, and a foul with Boya cutting to the basket. And Burhow picks up his first personal.
I love when they reward the big man for running the floor. Good job by Boya and Roberts.
And that reward will produce 2 free throws when we come back.
Did you hear that? State Farm thing. Da-da-da-da-da. I think we in a commercial. Jake from State Farm, I knew it.
Don't worry, Chris. Things are gonna go surprisingly great.
Dad, look!
Ooh, see? Surprising. Just like State Farm's surprisingly great rates.
I didn't even record it.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Are you ready for this sports season? The licensed clinical experts at SSM Health Physical Therapy are. Don't let aches, pain, or an injury keep you from watching your favorite team compete or participating in your favorite activities. Trust our physical therapists to help you feel better, faster, and to get you back to the things you love. With many convenient locations throughout the community, SSM Health Physical Therapy is here to help you heal. To schedule an appointment today, go to ssmphysicaltherapy.com and experience the power of physical therapy.
Arch Madness. It's all about the excitement, the fans,
the history,
the big moments.
Shoots at the horn. Good! Good!
It's all about the madness.
To make it to the tournament.
And March, it begins here.
I'll see you in St. Louis.
Visit archmadness.com for ticket information.
The Valley on ESPN is brought to you by State Farm. For surprisingly great rates, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. We're in the early going of the Missouri Valley Conference opener, and UNI on the road in Peoria against Bradley leads 9-6, and A.J. Green is indeed picking up where he left off Saturday when he scored 35 at St. Bonaventure.
For all you Northern Iowa fans who were so worried about how would A.J. Green play once he came back from injury, you watch his first game against Nichols, really struggled shooting the basketball, but he has responded here over the last couple of games, and when he is on fire, it is contagious to his teammates.
Fife, Bourne, and Carter come into the lineup for the Panthers dressed in purple, and on the line for the Bradley Braves, Ari Boya, a 7'1" senior from Cameroon. And boy, there's another one coming up, but he was rewarded for hustling and getting to the basketball, getting to the rim.
And John Boya is a guy who missed his last 19 games last year with injuries, battled a foot problem this year that, in fact, keeps him out of every third day of practice, but looks like he's in pretty good shape to me.
Freshman Nate Heisey into the front court. And the drop pass low for the basket for Noah Carter. Fife and Carter combining. Roberts all the way to the end line from a double team. Great pass and a foul will put Boya on the free throw line.
Well, not a bad foul by A.J. Green, but Boya, 6 for 12, but excellent job out of the double team. But how about the last UNI possession? Fife reads the back cut by Carter. They make visual contact, and then a nice little bounce pass, and Carter with a tough finish.
Kimmons in for UNI. And another free throw coming up here for Ari Boya.
Bradley showing full court pressure for the first time this evening.
And Bourne in the backcourt, guarded by Hickman. Over the years, Ben Jacobson has really had a good rotation, and he has the roles set up for his players.
He's got guys who have experience. They accept their roles, and they excel at them.
Boy, Green with the ball fake. Here's a shot for three with about 6 on the shot clock, and that was short for Bourne. Green coming right back. Oh, he hits the floater.
Oh, that was over a guy with a 7'6" reach.
Boya at the high post, and the backdoor pass, and the layup for Connor Hickman. The assist for Ari Boya.
Boya says, hey, Fife can do it, I can do it too. Excellent pass.
What works on one end certainly worked on the other. Fife on the inside against Boya. And that's too strong. And this is a shot-blocking Bradley team.
Yeah, you got maybe one of the biggest teams in the league. With Lions at 6'9", playing the 4 spot.
Quick release and off the rim. It wouldn't go down for Connor Hickman. 35 is Noah Carter, sophomore from Dubuque, Iowa, for the UNI Panthers. Green and Fife out front.
Carter thinks he has a mismatch with Roberts.
And inside, the turnaround goes for Carter. He has 4 coming off the bench for Ben Jacobson. A 5-point lead for UNI. Long outside shot, count it. That's 5 for Tavanainen.
Tavanainen, NBA range.
5, and that goes off the foot of Kimmins. Bradley will get the ball back. Henry and Pickford come back in for UNI. And part of the rotation Ben Jacobson uses to keep his players fresh.
And he's going to give Green a blow, which means Kimmins and Bourne have to shoulder the load at the guard position. And Ben Jacobson disagreeing with the call, but it went off Kimmins into the backcourt. And because Bradley did not have possession over and back, correct call by the officials.
So Hickman on the wing, but Bradley down by 2. Mikey Howell, number 5. Very smart player. And the shot is blocked. Cole Henry got a hand on it. And the shot clock violation will give UNI the basketball. By cutting down on turnovers, one of the key objectives for the Bradley Braves. They come in at 2 and 5, while UNI is 2 and 3.
Just a terrific hustle play by Cole Henry. Ben Jacobson really excited about this freshman and his skill level, but on the defensive end, getting it done.
Here's Carter trying to make something happen. And plenty of time on the shot clock, 14 and counting. Inside, Henry. Out to the wing, and Pickford is too strong with his shot. Mikey Howell back the other way, and he lost it. Bourne racing to the front court. Tried to feed low, but that was blocked. Jason Kent. And on the other end, it's Hickman with 4 points in the first half.
And a terrific job by Mikey Howell looking ahead. The grad transfer from UC San Diego.
Carter setting the pick. And Henry looking low. A foul called on Carter's shot. Hickman with his first foul. And we're to break. 11:36 left in the first half. We're about where we started. An even game. 15 all, but Bradley hosting UNI.
Every sunrise offers new opportunities to dream big or to take that next small step. Every sunrise is another chance to build on the one before or to start with a clean slate, because every sunrise is tomorrow's promise made real, and Grinnell Mutual is tomorrow's promise protected. Trust in tomorrow and contact a Grinnell Mutual agent today.
It's more than an attraction, it's a destination.
Spend a day doing it all.
Can we go for a ride? That's amazing! So where's this?
It's all here at St. Louis Union Station.
Plan your visit at stlouisunionstation.com.
We believe banking should make your life greater. It starts with affordable options to meet today's needs and tomorrow's dreams. From smart account options that fit your style to flexible loans for what comes next. It means convenient ways to access and manage your money whenever you need it and wherever you're headed. Most of all, it takes great support. Someone you can count on for trusted guidance and to be there for you every step of the way. Great options, great convenience, great support. For life. Great Southern Bank. Understanding what really matters.
Tonight's Birdwatch is presented by Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters. How about this trio, Rich?
Some pretty good players right there. A.J. Green, Terry Roberts, obviously in this game. And Gage Prim averaging a double-double for Missouri State. Big contest for Missouri State after their league game this week. They got BYU in the top 20 coming to Springfield.
Great Southern Bank and the Valley proud to recognize the league's Player of the Year with the Larry Bird Trophy.
And this is what a great tactician Ben Jacobson is at UNI. It's an understanding of your players. Noah Carter, a guard, yet he has posted him up the last 3 possessions to try and take advantage of a smaller defender. That's a coach who knows what he's doing and has won a lot of games at UNI over the last 16 games, or 16 years, I should say.
Noah Carter, 6'6", 225, a sophomore from Dubuque, Iowa, has 4 points. The other 11 for UNI belong to A.J. Green. Carter adds to his point total, has one more free throw coming up. This one's in play at 11:36 to go in the first half here in Peoria.
Little side note for you, John. Noah Carter is the best fisherman on this UNI team, although A.J. Green might argue the case.
17-15 UNI. And the home team Braves with the ball. Roberts has scored 2 tonight. Mikey Howell. Ball movement into the lane, and he moved the pivot foot. Bradley turnover. And that's the 4th for the Braves in the first half as we come down to 11 minutes in the first half. A 2-point lead for UNI with the ball. Bourne inside for Fife, and Fife muscles his way to a basket against Rink Maz. Fife, averaging 9.6 a game, is on the scoreboard with his first field goal. Roberts has the opening and dumps it low for the miss. Oh, it was right there. Darius Hanna getting inside, but couldn't get the ball down, couldn't finish. And the ball goes the other way, back to Bradley, down by 4.
Miscommunication between Fife and Berhow. Berhow overplayed. Fife didn't read it, went back door. Some lucky fan got to touch the basketball.
And Green comes off the bench, back in now for Ben Jacobson. Mikey Howell working against Green. Mast from outside, too strong. But Bradley runs it down. Great hustle by Roberts to keep the ball alive.
And John, they reset that shot clock, and it didn't hit anything, so they're going to take a look and see how much time is actually on the clock.
And Ari Boya is going to come in at this break for Bradley. So we'll have that shot clock reset in just a moment. Your feeling about the pace of play so far in the first half?
It really favors UNI. Bradley's a team that really wants to get out and push it. Ben Jacobson talked about transition defense being so important, and they have made Bradley play in the half court for most of this half. And you watch that last shot by Mast. Mast ended up last season really shooting the ball well from the three-point line, but has struggled going 4 for 25 from the three-point line to start this season. And that's part of the woes on the offensive end for Brian Wardle.
And Brian Wardle, who had such a great start to his head coaching career at Green Bay. The 2019-2020 MVC tournament titles, of course, didn't get to go to the NCAA tournament in 2020. And he has put together a staff that has been together for his entire 7 years.
And that is unheard of in college basketball. Usually assistants will move on, whether they move to another assistant job or to their own head coaching position. And as you mentioned, 7 years. That's the second longest of any staff in the country. West Virginia, Bob Huggins has kept his 3 assistants in tow in Morgantown. He's the only team longer.
And that's Brian Wardle with Drew Adams, Mike Bargan, and Jimmy Foster. And Ben has a pretty good staff with P.J. Hogan, Eric Crawford, and the Bird Trophy winner Seth Tuttle. on his staff.
You think Seth Tuttle in practice maybe breaks down the offensive moves? What a terrific player at UNI. And Eric Crawford was a great player, was one of the guys instrumental in getting this Panther team going back under head coach Greg McDermott.
Now a 10 on the shot clock. Roberts scores. Terry has 4 in the first half. And it's a 2-point game. UNI with the lead and the ball.
He's a little bigger than Darrell Brown, but has a lot of the same characteristics. The ability to shoot that floater in the lane.
Terry Roberts with a reach foul. That's his first. 4th team foul against the Bradley Braves as we come down to 10 minutes left in the first half here. Carver Arena in Peoria, Illinois. Heisey working on Howell. All the way in, didn't have the shot. Carter. And off that miss, Leon's rebounds for Bradley. See a lot of Bradley jerseys around the basket when the ball goes up. Roberts guarded by the freshman Heisey. Boya setting the pick. Roberts will take the shot. And we have a push-off called against Boya. First foul, 15 foul.
I love the tenacity that Bradley goes to the offensive glass. 4 guys, every time they think, hey, that's a pass to me, and they go to the glass as hard as any team in the country.
Well, Brian Wardle played for Tom Crean, who coached at Michigan State. And that shot goes down. Heisey. But Mr. Izzo likes a tough, hard-nosed, if you will, rebounding team.
Yeah, that's Brian Wardle was a hard-nosed player at Marquette.
Well, he was tough and a good scorer. Terry Roberts, well, he finds an opening and he closes, doesn't he, Rich?
Speaking of good scorers.
All the way in and the miss for Cole Henry. And Ari Boya with the foul, his second. That's 6 fouls on the Braves.
I mean, Cole Henry, it looked like he was going to just lay it up, but he went strong, tried to dunk it, and that, quite frankly, is the only reason that he drew the foul.
So it's Henry on the line, redshirt freshman from Oskaloosa, Iowa. He's averaging 4.5 points a game.
Watch how strong he goes to the rim. Because he doesn't back away from contact, he's able to draw the foul. It's one of the things that Ben Jacobson has done. He's closed the borders and gotten some of the best players to come out of the state of Iowa to stay home.
Tevanainen. That's a 3-ball.
Too late. Your feet are set. Tevanainen's automatic.
That's 8 for him. Heisey out front for UNI. Under 8.5 to go in the first half from Peoria. Henry moving in on Rink Mast. Somehow keeps control of the ball. And that's tipped out with 1 on the shot clock. That ball just grazed the rim, went out of bounds, and Bradley will get the ball back.
Terrific defense by the Braves.
And the fans applaud that. That was a good defensive stand for Brian Wardle's team.
You think about it. They kept the ball in front of them. They challenged shots. Now you got your stop. Now you got to get your score if you're the Bradley Braves.
5 in for Henry on the defensive end for UNI. As Trey Roberts brings the ball up the floor into the front court. Under 8 minutes to go in the first half. Roberts lost a handle on it, but was touched by Burhow. And we have a timeout with 7:54 left in the first half. The Valley on ESPN. It's the conference opener tonight for UNI and Bradley with a tie ball game in Peoria. We'll be right back.
Jake from State Farm. If you here, this must be a State Farm commercial.
Sure is.
It also means it's about to go down.
Oh, don't worry, Chris. Things are going to go surprisingly great.
I've been doing this for too many years. It means something about to go down. Oh, no. Here it comes. Jake, protect yourself! Have a nice day.
I told you. Surprising. Just like State Farm's surprisingly great rates.
Who are you talking to?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
It begins here with the 32nd chapter of Arch Madness in downtown St. Louis. Stay with your team at its assigned hotel and experience the madness as 10 Missouri Valley Conference schools look to capture the league's automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. Conveniently located near attractions like the Gateway Arch, the City Museum, and Ballpark Village, side of the MVC Fan Hangout, team properties, plus the tournament headquarters at Union Station and other Arch Madness hotels offer Valley rates to fans wishing to follow their schools all the way to the MVC Championship crown. Book rooms at these properties for Arch Madness or for your next trip to St. Louis by calling 1-800-916-0041 or visit ExploreStLouis.com.
Tonight is a conference opener for 8 of the 10 Missouri Valley Conference schools. As we take a look at the league standings, MVC schools are near the midway point of non-conference play as we have those teams opening tonight and then a game tomorrow, Valparaiso at Drake to finish off the first conference game. Loyola sitting atop the conference 5-2, Missouri State, Drake, SIU at 3-3.
Loyola with a big win over Arizona State. They took Michigan State down to the wire. Just couldn't quite complete the job, but Drew Valentine in his first year doing an outstanding job.
And Tavanina out front. Drops that in over Green.
John, that is a very tough shot for a right-hander. Dribbling to your left to stop with the defender coming from behind. Just a terrific play by Tavanina.
But he had his eyes on the rim.
Never left it.
And the backdoor cut cannot produce a basket for Burhow. 3 white jerseys around the basket, and Mast was there for Bradley. Ville Tavaninen. And that shot won't go for him. Rimming out. Green to the front court now for UNI with Bradley up 25-22. Green with the shot over Roberts. And right there, number 23, Ville Tavaninen. Oh, Roberts right, left, into the middle, off Mast's hands, and Hickman with the reverse. Hickman has 6 in the first half.
And now you can see why Brian Wardle is so high on this freshman from Bloomington, Indiana.
And Bourne comes off the bench. He'll check in shortly for UNI with Fife and Pickford on the outside. Green in traffic. Pickford from the three-point line into the lane, drawing the contact, and way short on his shot. And Bradley can make you over a shot when you get into the lane, no question about it. Bradley's on an 8-0 run. The tip won't go. The follow is good. That is Leon's first basket.
And another offensive rebound for the Bradley Braves.
And a timeout taken by UNI. 29-22 Bradley like a lightning bolt, a 7-point lead.
Well, Ben Jacobson not happy with his defensive effort. First of all, you allowed Tavaninen to get an open look at the 3. Then you give up an offensive rebound. Sometimes Valley games strictly come down to toughness. It's not necessarily physical toughness, it's mental toughness. Attention to detail. Take away their best shooter. Make sure you find 5 white jerseys every time a shot goes up. And right now, Bradley having their way with UNI.
Well, a 10-0 run for Bradley, and Tavalinen has 6 of those 10 points on 2 3-point field goals. But I like the way that Bradley's moving without the ball and certainly crashing the boards for rebounds.
And I love how Brian Wardle has retooled this program and this lineup. He's done a great job of roster management, bringing in freshmen as in Hickman. Leon's a junior college player of the year. You get a grad transfer, and Howell, just terrific job of roster management.
Boy, Green with the drop pass behind his back. Bourne with the ball. Burhow lost the handle on it. Out of bounds, and it is 8 on the shot clock for UNI. UNI will play it in from the baseline. Well, remember, Wardle had all those freshmen his first year here.
Well, he understands how the rules have changed. You take a grad transfer, you take a junior college kid, you add them to the mix of a couple of the younger guys in Mast and Tavalinen who have been through the program. They understand the culture and what Brian Wardle wants as a head coach.
2 on the shot clock. There's Green. And off the miss, Rink Mast for Bradley. Bradley running the floor all the way in, and it just won't go for Connor Hickman.
That's the freshman getting a little bit greedy. Should have kicked it.
Oh, here's Green with the fader. In and out. And that's volleyed off the glass and will go to Bradley as Noah Carter was right there in the middle of 3 Bradley jerseys.
Well, you look at 2 different philosophies by coaches. Brian Wardle sends 4 guys to the offensive glass every single time, figuring they can get an offensive rebound, get some points that way. Northern Iowa under Ben Jacobson, they send 4 guys back so they don't get beat in transition and rely on their half-court defense.
Here's Howell for Bradley. An open shot that rattles in and out for Leons. Owen Bourne now. Fife getting ready to check back in for UNI. Burhouse stopping, popping, and short. That's Darius Hanna, a sophomore from Milwaukee for Bradley.
You can hear Coach Brian Wardle yelling, flow, flow, the ball's got to move, swing it from side to side, shift the defense.
Henry with the quick pass inside for Hanna, and Hanna will be on the free throw line. Noah Carter, first foul for him. 3rd team foul on the Panthers in the first half with 4:26 to go until halftime.
I'm very impressed with the unselfishness of this Bradley team. On the year, they're averaging over 14 assists a game. They have done a good job of moving the basketball here in the first half.
Well, Darius Hanna is 0 for 8 from the free throw line this season. This guy's a shot blocker. Had 4 blocked shots in 3 minutes in the season opener against South Dakota back on November the 9th, South Dakota State.
I think he's due, John.
And right you are. Why didn't you tell him that the first time?
You know, I think the announcer's jinx works both ways, John.
So he's on the board, and Bradley is up by 8, coming down to 4 minutes to go until halftime. Noah Carter and Bourne out front. Fife working on Rink Mast. And Mast getting a hand on the ball, and a foul against Austin Fife. That's his first.
A combination of UNI being loose with the basketball, but very active hands for Bradley as they've knocked it loose 2 or 3 times already.
And some moisture on the court. That's going to be taken care of. There's Randy Heimerman. He's in charge, and we have 4:09 left here in the first half. UNI last year went 15-10, 11-7 in the Valley, and won 4 of the last 5 games, but had to call an end to the season as they couldn't play the game against Drake because of COVID-19 protocol.
And you think the adjustments that Ben Jacobson had to make with A.J. Green being shelved all of last year.
Boy, Henry, how about that action? Following his shot and scoring. Deshaun Henry has 4 in the first half, and he earned those 2 points.
Once again, just go after the basketball. It's not the first shot attempt, it's the second and the third.
Well, there's a lot of want to in that play. Here's Carter moving in and scoring. Carter has 8 in the first half. Howell and Henry in the front court. Howell dropping it off to Mast, and that was blocked by Green. And a foul on Green, who hit the deck while Connor Hickman was cutting to the basket. Second foul on Green, and we have a break with 3:04 left in the first half. The Bradley Braves and UNI 32-24 Bradley on the home floor here at Carver Arena in Peoria, Illinois.
Every sunrise offers new opportunities to dream big or to take that next small step. Every sunrise is another chance to build on the one before or to start with a clean slate, because every sunrise is tomorrow's promise made real, and Grinnell Mutual is tomorrow's promise protected. Trust in tomorrow and contact a Grinnell Mutual agent today.
We believe banking should make your life greater. It starts with affordable options to meet today's needs and tomorrow's dreams. From smart account options that fit your style to flexible loans for what comes next. It means convenient ways to access and manage your money whenever you need it and wherever you're headed. Most of all, it takes great support. Someone you can count on for trusted guidance and to be there for you every step of the way. Great options, great convenience, great support. For life. Great Southern Bank. Understanding what really matters.
What lies beyond today? Beyond ourselves, beyond the fear of the unknown, beyond what we think of as limits. Compelled by curiosity, we look for answers. Fueled by community, we strive further. Whatever lies beyond, we were built to find it. Built by someone who knew that beyond is not a destination, but a lifetime of beginning the journey again and again.
We invite you to stay tuned for our halftime report, a presentation of State Farm. For surprisingly great rates, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And here's Bradley on a 13-2 run over the last 6 minutes. And they had back-to-back three-point field goals by Ville Tavanainen. 22-10, the rebounding total favoring Bradley, one of the top rebounding teams in the nation. And Mast has 7 rebounds. Now Bradley's 22, 6 are on the offensive glass.
Interesting stat for Ville Tavanainen. He has played in 5 games. Actually, this is his 6th game. He has only been in 6 practices. Another guy, much like Boyer, who's been bothered by a foot injury. And Coach Brian Wardle just trying to get through Christmas and keep him healthy.
Now back the other way. This is Bowen Bourne. Lost a handle on, got it back. Here's Fife. Banging into the post, looking for an opening, and he found it but couldn't convert. And there's Rink Mast right in the middle of it again for Bradley. Roberts, and he's tripped up.
UNI has really struggled on how to play that high ball screen in the middle of the floor in this first half, and Roberts has taken advantage. They went under, he knocks a 3 down. They go over the top, he turns the corner.
So both teams are in the bonus after the foul on Bourne. Inside Roberts, he just got too close, and there wasn't a thing the freshman Bourne could do about it.
That's a junior with a lot of experience. He knows he has a smaller defender on him. Take him into the post.
Fife on the outside has scored just 2 points so far here in the first half. The turnaround for Carter, he couldn't drop it in. And with the outlet, Leons to Roberts in the front court. Roberts had to adjust the shot too high off the glass, and there's Bowenborn.
And John, he was looking for Mast, and Mast on the roll was open, but he wasn't looking for the basketball.
Here's Green finding an opening. That looked easy, didn't it?
Easiest shot he's had all half.
And he has 13 in the first half. With UNI trying to crawl back down 34-26. And a minute and a half to go until the intermission. Roberts will take the shot. And there's Burhow. Burhow averaging 4.8 rebounds a game in the early going of this season. And there the good hands again for Bradley. Good hands by Green, but a dunk. Jashawn Henry has 6 in the first half.
Why do you run the floor when you think your teammate has a wide open layup? That's why. Henry, great hustle play.
Here's Fife for 3, too strong.
Not the shot that Ben Jacobson wanted on that possession.
Malavi Leons was there, and across the timeline, Ray Roberts with the ball and a timeout called by Brian Wardle.
You can see Bradley running the floor. Leons kicks it ahead to Kavanainen. And when it looked like A.J. Green was going to come away with the best defensive play of the half, it's Henry hustling down with a finish.
Once Green hit the deck, it was over as Henry scored and has 6 points in the first half. Well, in the Missouri Valley Conference preseason poll, Drake got the most votes for the top spot, followed by Loyola, then UNI third, Missouri State fourth, SIU fifth, Bradley checked in at sixth, then Valpo, Evansville, Indiana State, and Illinois State rounding out the 10.
And John, what happens with those preseason polls, everybody looks at, okay, who's returning? And you look at Drake, they have everybody back. They add Mr. Basketball from the state of Iowa, Darren DeVries' son, Tucker. You know, so that's an easy pick. Loyola, everybody back but Krutwig, another easy pick. But this Bradley team, they're going to be the dark horse.
Oh, that feed was above the rim, and Boya could not convert. But yet Drake lost all 3 in a recent tournament.
Still trying to feel each other out. I know that sounds strange when you got a bunch of guys back, but you ended up the year with Hemphill and Penn on the sidelines. So
Carter with the one-hander. He has 10 in the first half. But you think with all the returning players that the Valley would really bolt out to a great non-conference start. Yet, Rich, there have been injuries, and there are teams that are trying to put players together and put combinations together.
Yeah, they have struggled mightily, only taking advantage. UNI, but how about Terry Roberts taking advantage?
He has 11, and he hit the last shot of the first half. An impressive final 10 minutes for Bradley in the first half to go up 39-28 over UNI.
Bradley simply made all the hustle plays in the last 8 minutes of the first half. Offensive rebounds, getting on the floor, trailing on a fast break, picking up loose balls. Bradley paving the way.
At 39-28, Bradley leads at the intermission. And coming up, we're going to have a special feature for you at halftime. We'll also go over all the highlights and the numbers for the first half. But I agree with Rich. Hustle got the job done for Bradley down the stretch as we go to our State Farm halftime report that's coming up from Peoria after you watch this.
You are beautifully unique, unapologetically academic. You're not afraid to color outside the lines, and neither are we. Imagine yourself here in modern labs designed for 21st century students. Drake is a university with a vibrant capital city right next door, where you get a degree that gets employers' attention. This is Drake University, where you will stand out from day one. Learn more at drake.edu.
Did you hear that? The State Farm thing. Dun-da-da-da-da. I think we're in a commercial. Jake from State Farm, I knew it.
Don't worry, Chris. Things are gonna go surprisingly great.
Dad, look!
Ooh, see? Surprising. Just like State Farm's surprisingly great rates.
I didn't even record.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
There is a difference between an idea and an idea made real. At UE, we rise boldly to the challenge of making a difference and also dream big about solving the problems of today to better our world for tomorrow. We join together, knowing that side by side we can truly make a difference. It's what makes us change makers. We step in, we stand out, and we reimagine everything. And it all starts here at the University of Evansville. Come change the world with us.
Are you ready for this sports season? The licensed clinical experts at SSM Health Physical Therapy are. Don't let aches, pain, or an injury keep you from watching your favorite team compete or participating in your favorite activities. Trust our physical therapists to help you feel better, faster, and to get you back to the things you love. With many convenient locations throughout the community, SSM Health Physical Therapy is here to help you heal. To schedule an appointment today, go to ssmphysicaltherapy.com and experience the power of physical therapy.
At Illinois State University, our legacy is one of preparing students to create, to explore, to lead, to make an impact. Our students graduate on time, find success in their field, and make a difference in the world. That's our legacy. What will yours be? Create your legacy at Illinois State University.
The Valley on ESPN is brought to you by Great Southern Bank. Understanding what really matters. Welcome to our halftime report presented by State Farm, a proud partner of the Missouri Valley Conference. Visit statefarm.com or talk to your local agent to get your own surprisingly great rate on car insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a quote tonight. It's time for tonight's player profile, made possible by Arch Madness 2022. NBC correspondent Dave Snell takes a look at Bradley Junior guard Terry Roberts.
Bradley Braves junior guard Terry Roberts has made his mark on the Bradley Braves season, only 7 games in coming into tonight's contest. The 6'3" junior from Amityville, New York, is a combination of great point guards in Bradley's storied tradition. Roberts has a speed of Willie Scott, the Roadrunner that helped the Braves to their 4th NIT title in 1982, combined with the floor command and shooting of Hall of Fame and Sweet 16 leader Daniel Ruffin. Lightning quick hands. He turns steals into points. And he's always trying to get better.
Just go as hard as I can every time, as hard as we can every time we get out there. Let's pay attention to details and do exactly what coach tells us to do.
I mean, just competing with him every day in practice. I mean, he's a great defender, and he just pushes me to be a better player. We talk all the time about just competing and just doing better for the team, and he's just a great competitor to play with and against.
A disruptor defensively, long, athletic point guard that can score the ball. But defensively, I loved what he could do just with his hands, his instincts. I felt he had a great feel for the game, especially on the defensive end where he caused a lot of problems. So that instantly caught my eye. But, the more I watch it, Terry, he gets to the paint. He can go by guys. He can apply pressure. He can handle pressure. You could see his decision-making kept getting better and better over the recruiting process. And then, his shooting continued to improve. So I love players that are improving, and I love players that want to be in the gym and get better, and you could see that in the recruiting process.
I'm just trying to win and win the tournament, that's all I'm worried about. I haven't really set any individual goals. I just want to make it to where we got to get to as a team, and I'll be happy.
With his Bradley career just getting started, a new chapter in Bradley's point guard legends is writing itself every game night. For the Valley on ESPN, this is Dave Snell.
Tonight's player profile is made possible by the 2022 State Farm MVC Men's Basketball Tournament. Make plans tonight to attend the 32nd chapter of Arch Madness. That's March 3rd through the 6th. It's at Enterprise Center in downtown St. Louis. For more information, visit archmadness.com.
Thank you.
banking should make your life greater. It starts with affordable options to meet today's needs and tomorrow's dreams. From smart account options that fit your style to flexible loans for what comes next. It means convenient ways to access and manage your money whenever you need it and wherever you're headed. Most of all, it takes great support. Someone you can count on for trusted guidance and to be there for you every step of the way. Great options, great convenience, great support. For life. Great Southern Bank. Understanding what really matters.
Loyola University Chicago, sharpening minds through justice and faith. We champion humanity, humility, and heart, crafting a sustainable future with lessons that transcend the classroom walls. It's by trailblazing from today's troubles that we advance our tomorrow. No action too big or too small in creating the world we wish to see. Set change in motion. Your calling starts now.
Every sunrise offers new opportunities to dream big or to take that next small step. Every sunrise is another chance to build on the one before or to start with a clean slate. Because every sunrise is tomorrow's promise made real. And Grinnell Mutual is tomorrow's promise protected. Trust in tomorrow and contact a Grinnell Mutual agent today.
This world is full of opportunities. Chances, dares, windows that open to greatness for tomorrow's workforce. It all matters. The future is coming. Tomorrow's leaders are ready to make their statement today. Who are they? Here come the Bears.
To our State Farm halftime report, 39-28. Bradley with the lead over UNI, and Bradley outscored UNI 20-8 over the last 11 minutes of the first half with tremendous hustle and want to.
It simply comes down to who is going to be the tougher team that will prevail here in the Valley opener for both of these teams. And obviously in the first half, it was Bradley.
Well, we take a look at our first half highlights made possible by Live by Lowe's St. Louis. And there was some great passing in the first half, some terrific hustle, as we mentioned, as we look in.
Well, Bradley in transition. Mikey Howe looking ahead to Connor Hickman for the finish. And then Noah Carter going to work inside was one of the bright spots offensively for UNI. Terry Roberts kind of doing it all. Even when he throws a bad pass, it leads to an assist and a score. But again, Noah Carter, toughness inside. But there's a microcosm of the first half right there. Henry picking up the loose ball, the extra pass, and Roberts buries the three.
And a halftime lead of 39-28 for Bradley. Would you like to experience laid-back luxury in the heart of downtown St. Louis, right next to Ballpark Village? Then visit LoewsHotels.com/St. Louis. That's LOEWS Hotels.com/STLOUIS and book your hotel room tonight. Our first half recap and the stats. A production of Union Station, St. Louis, the home of attractions like the St. Louis Aquarium and the St. Louis Wheel. You can do it all at Union Station. To see where it takes you, visit stlouisunionstation.com, and there's a breakdown of the first half stats.
Well, one is no surprise, and that's points in the paint by Bradley. Offensive rebounds going to the glass. And the other one, however, is a big surprise. UNI only shooting 16% from the three-point line. This is a team that has made 15 or more threes each of the last 3 games, but credit that to Bradley defense.
UNI with Carter and Green, 8 for 14 from the field. The rest of the team, 2 out of 15. Credit the Bradley defense for those numbers. And it's 39-28. Bradley leading UNI at the half. And when we come back, we'll get started with the second half of the Missouri Valley Conference opener for these two teams after this.
I wasn't sure what to expect. College is a huge step for anyone. But you have to put yourself out there a little. Because that's how you grow. And here, it's how we help each other grow. When you're supported and encouraged to dream big, there's no limit to what you can achieve.
Whether it's buzzer beaters,
Puts one up at the buzzer.
big celebrations, or an electric atmosphere, we've got it all in the Valley. We've got some of the best. We mean the best. Women's basketball in the nation.
And the postseason starts here.
At Hoops in the Heartland. We'll see you in the Quad Cities.
Visit NBCQuadCities.com for ticket information.
What drives us? Is it the breath of discovery? Maybe it's a spark to create, a dash of spirit, or a ripple of hope. There's a bright future on the road ahead. Imagine yours at Southern Illinois University.
Since 1907, we've been One Valley, breaking down recruitment barriers, hiring coaches to lead our programs, and developing the country's next set of leaders. MVC student athletes are positively impacting the communities where they live by sharing views and fostering a climate for change for future Valley pioneers. To learn more about mobilizing voices for change, visit nvc-sports.com/OneValley.
At Valpo, from first hello, it's let's go. This is your running start. Lead, serve, solve, go beyond. You're ready. You got this. Inspiration, motivation, collaboration. Dream. Valparaiso University. Build the world you want to live in.
It's more than an attraction, it's a destination.
Spend a day doing it all.
Can we go for a ride? That's amazing! So where's this?
It's all here at St. Louis Union Station.
Plan your visit at stlouisunionstation.com.
The Valley on ESPN is brought to you by Grinnell Mutual Insurance. Trust in tomorrow. As you see the Bradley Braves breaking their huddle from around head coach Brian Wardle. And here come the Panthers in purple out to the court. 20 minutes on the board. And we're set for the second half from Peoria, Illinois, with Bradley putting on a great 11-minute finish and an 11-point lead, their biggest of the game. And Bradley with the ball after the first half of action.
Brian Wardle said before the game, we cannot turn it over. Outstanding job. Only 4 turnovers in that first half and none in the last 12 minutes.
Leons gets the assist. Mast gets his first basket and will be on the line.
It's the invasion from the Netherlands. Leons to his fellow countrymen, Mast.
Fouled by Cole Henry with Mast on the line, a 65% shooter. And a 3-point play for him. Now the biggest lead grows to 42-28 for the Bradley Braves. So they made the most of what they talked about in the locker room at halftime, coming out, getting the basket and a free throw. Pickford did not score in the first half. Neither did Burhow. There's the freshman Nate Heisey. 7 on the shot clock. 4-3 on the shot clock. Green has to let it fly and somehow made it. How about that? He has 16 three-point field goals. Talk about using the shot clock.
That's good defense, but just even better offense. Green, the only Panther to knock down a 3, but Terry Roberts right back.
Well, give him just a little bit of an opening, and he had a clear shot. He was quick, leaving his feet, and has scored 13 tonight. Green fills it up again. 19 for him. But to have a shot like the one running out at the shot clock and then to come back on the other end with a big basket.
Green.
And that's too tall on the pass from Tavanainen. But that can be deflating, though, when Bradley answers. But after coming back with a 3 now by Green and getting the turnover, we'll see what the Panthers have in mind as they're looking to cut down this 10-point lead.
Bradley has started Roberts on Green here in the second half. Remember, in the first half, it was Henry on him.
A 3 for Heisey. He has 5.
It's getting contagious.
And that's how you can cut into a big lead. 44-37, UNI. And we have a timeout on the floor here, and we'll take the break at Carver Arena in Peoria. The opening night for the Missouri Valley Conference on ESPN.
Every sunrise offers new opportunities to dream big or to take that next small step. Every sunrise is another chance to build on the one before or to start with a clean slate, because every sunrise is tomorrow's promise made real, and Grinnell Mutual is tomorrow's promise protected. Trust in tomorrow and contact a Grinnell Mutual agent today.
Are you ready for this sports season? The licensed clinical experts at SSM Health Physical Therapy are. Don't let aches, pain, or an injury keep you from watching your favorite team compete or participating in your favorite activities. Trust our physical therapists to help you feel better, faster, and to get you back to the things you love. With many convenient locations throughout the community, SSM Health Physical Therapy is here to help you heal. To schedule an appointment today, go to ssmphysicaltherapy.com and experience the power of physical therapy.
We believe banking should make your life greater. It starts with affordable options to meet today's needs and tomorrow's dreams. From smart account options that fit your style to flexible loans for what comes next. It means convenient ways to access and manage your money whenever you need it and wherever you're headed. Most of all, it takes great support. Someone you can count on for trusted guidance and to be there for you every step of the way. Great options, great convenience, great support. For life. Great Southern Bank. Understanding what really matters.
Well, tonight is step 1 toward Arch Madness. It's back. The 2022 State Farm NBC Men's Basketball Tournament returns to St. Louis for the 32nd straight year. Join your team in the Gateway City March 3rd through the 6th as all 10 Valley schools battle it out for a trip to the NCAA Tournament. Be sure to download the Arch Madness app presented by Great Southern Bank or visit archmadness.com for details about this year's event. And here's Bradley after the timeout, and that 3 rims out for Leons. Great to have you along. The Valley on ESPN with Rich Zavosik. I'm John Rooney.
They've got Henry back on Green. There's a better matchup for Bradley than having Roberts or Tavanainen on him.
Henry, Green out high, 7 on the shot clock. Ben Jacobson directing his team toward the basket. And Green looking for some kind of opening. Scored that one by shooting over Jashawn Henry.
I mean, Henry did exactly what he was supposed to do. He didn't go for the shot fake, and Green makes the fadeaway. Just a tough shot.
Roberts looking low with the ball fake. He'll give it up in the corner. Roberts tonight has scored 13. Tavanainen cut off by Green. Here's Mast, and that's an air ball. Out of bounds to UNI with 16:44 left in the second half.
That's a good challenge by Fife. A little bit of a different look off that ball screen. And keep an eye and see how they play it the rest of this half. But
Cole Henry, redshirt freshman from Oskaloosa. Green using the ball fake, and Jashawn Henry stays with him. Bickford has not scored tonight. Henry has 1 point. So Green has scored 21, coming off 35 Saturday at St. Bonaventure. Green stopping, popping, and he got it. Oh, what soft touch. Oh my, 23 for A.J. Green. And here's Roberts spinning, shooting, and short, but Mast rebounds and scores. Mast did not score in the first half, but he had 7 rebounds and 2 steals. Now he has 5 points in the second half.
And we've talked about it at the outset. Offensive rebounds.
Berhow is bumped by Hickman, the second foul on Hickman.
John, how about this move by A.J. Green? It's not a shot fake, but watch him move his upper body, head fake. He got Henry up in the air just enough to get the crawl, the shooter's touch. UNI back within 5.
Arch Madness.
It's all about the excitement, the fans,
the history,
the big moments.
Shoots at the horn. Good! Good!
It's all about the madness.
To make it to the tournament.
And March, it begins here.
I'll see you in St. Louis.
Visit archmadness.com for ticket information.
It begins here with the 32nd chapter of Arch Madness in downtown St. Louis. Stay with your team at its assigned hotel and experience the madness as 10 Missouri Valley Conference schools look to capture the league's automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. Conveniently located near attractions like the Gateway Arch, the City Museum, and Ballpark Village, cited the MVC Fan Hangout, team properties, plus the tournament headquarters at Union Station and other Arch Madness hotels offer Valley rates to fans wishing to follow their schools all the way to the MVC Championship crown. Book rooms at these properties for Arch Madness or for your next trip to St. Louis by calling 1-800-916-0041 or visit ExploreStLouis.com.
Since 1907, we've been One Valley, breaking down recruitment barriers, hiring coaches to lead our programs, and developing the country's next set of leaders. MVC student athletes are positively impacting the communities where they live by sharing views and fostering a climate for change for future Valley pioneers. To learn more about mobilizing voices for change, visit nvc-sports.com/OneValley.
MVC student athletes are positively impacting the communities where they live by sharing views and fostering a climate for change for future Valley pioneers. To learn more about mobilizing voices for change, visit mvc-sports.com/OneValley. UNI's ball after the timeout, trailing Bradley 46-41. And Green, he has been on fire with 23 tonight. And a great pass low, and a foul called on Leons, his first.
That is called the A.J. Green effect. All four defenders just watching A.J. Green with the ball. Noah Carter makes a terrific cut. Chance for a couple of free throws.
One more coming up for Carter, who has 11 tonight. He's 3 out of 3 from the free throw line. This one to play at 15:26 to go.
And you watch A.J. Green, and he could have forced that shot. He knew he had a smaller defender on him, but terrific assist. Just like that,
this
John,
game has done the tighten up with a 3-point lead now for Bradley with the ball. Roberts picked up by Carter, and now Pickford is back on him. Roberts stepping back, and just like that, he scores. 16 for Roberts. He had 6 points in 22 minutes against Maine in the lopsided win, 71-39. 39, that is, Saturday. Oh, Heisey threw it away. Great anticipation by Hanna, who gave it right back.
Those are a killer for you, John.
Heisey blocked by Hanna. This is a shot blocking team, these Bradley Braves.
Well, I love Darius Hanna's resiliency.
That's his 8th block of the season.
He turns it over on one end, but he doesn't put his head down, comes back, makes the defensive play on the other.
Bowen Bourne back in for UNI, replacing number 3, Tywan Pickford. But that has been the theme tonight for Bradley, where if something doesn't pan out, just keep on chugging.
They have owned the paint in more ways than one.
And the foul called against Terry Roberts, his 2nd foul.
I know Brian Wardle maybe didn't like that call, but he's lucky they called it because A.J. Green buried another 3.
Carter. He's blocked off by Hanna, uses the left hand and can't score. Leon's rebounds, and here's Roberts in the front court with his head up, looking toward the basket, and foul called. That's on Bourne, his 2nd.
I keep looking at Terry Roberts and thinking Darryl Brown. Darryl Brown was a little bit smaller, a little bit thicker. Terry Roberts perhaps a little quicker, but they both play with such great pace, terrific demeanor.
There's Connor Hickman. Roberts creating some space. And an air ball, Burhow for UNI. They also get some good minutes from Mikey Howell, graduate who came from San Diego. Off the miss, there is Hanna. Now the half-court offense, plenty of time on the shot clock. Roberts drawing contact. He gets his way to the free throw line. With the foul called on Heisey, the first on Heisey.
Terry Roberts, the young man from Florida Southwestern Junior College, grew up in Amityville, New York, which, for those of you who are horror movie fans, the Amityville Horror, he actually said that he grew up right around the corner from that house. Albeit, I don't know if I would be visiting that house at night.
And he's playing in Peoria, Illinois now.
Wanted to get as far away as he could.
I don't blame him. Hickman trying to dump it off for Mast, and a foul inside. Trey Burhow with his 2nd foul. I like the way Bradley has passed. We've seen some really crisp passing from both teams tonight.
Very unselfish. You think back to the beginning of Brian Wardle's tenure, and Luc Van Bray, the young man from the Netherlands, and kind of started that pipeline. First it was Luc, then it was Mast, now Leons.
Mast is 2 out of 3 from the free throw line. He has 6 points. And Bradley has built the lead back to 50-43. Cole Henry looking for a pass. And there's Green with 23 points. Green dumping it low, and the basket for number 1 Cole Henry. Green gets the assist.
Green doing a terrific job of finding his teammates. He knows that he's going to be the marked man. They're going to run a second guy at him. Second possession in the last 5 that he's found the open man.
Henry is 1 out of 3 from the free throw line. Has 3 points tonight. 5-point lead now for Bradley with the ball. And Hickman on the outside. Shot for 3. Mass kept the ball alive, but the rebound goes to Noah Carter. Born in the front court for Carter. Carter lost the ball because he was fouled. And the foul is against Hickman. He has 3. Kavanainen back in, Hickman out. Coming down to 13 minutes to go in the second half, and Bradley leading by 5.
And Noah Carter knew he had a smaller man on him, so instead of settling for the 3, he tries to get to the rim. The officials are going to review. I think they're going to look and see how much time is left on the shot clock. They can't review whether it went off of a certain player. There's not enough. It's 13 minutes in the game. You can only do that in the last 2 minutes. So I think you're going to take a look and see how much time is left on that shot clock, because it clearly didn't hit the rim.
So both coaches take the opportunity to call their teams over. And we have a 50-45 lead for Bradley in the season opening game in the Missouri Valley Conference. And the season opener, going this early in December, it was to give other teams an opportunity to schedule over the holidays, over Christmas and New Year's.
And Northern Iowa taking advantage. They're going to go to Hawaii and play in a tournament out there. They're going to open up with Liberty and then perhaps play Stanford or Vanderbilt in one of the other later rounds. But let's talk about the Bachelorette. Michelle Young. I don't know, John, if you're a fan of the Bachelorette, but Michelle Young is the star of the Bachelorette this season, and she's a former Bradley player. She's a terrific player here at Bradley. Actually dropped 34 points against the University of Illinois. But if you haven't seen the show and you're a Bradley fan or a Missouri Valley Conference fan, you got to tune in to Michelle Young and the Bachelorette.
I know you're a big fan.
John, it sounds like you probably haven't seen the show.
I have seen bits and pieces. It's on in the house, I can tell you that. And we have a foul against Bradley. The fans didn't care for that call at all.
I'll tell you what, it has tightened up foul-wise. The officials have started to call it a little closer than they did in the first half. Players must adjust.
Second foul on Jashawn Henry. Burhow throwing the ball toward the back court, and it's caught by Noah Carter. And he gets a little help now from Bourne. Henry hit the deck, and that's a foul against Bradley.
I got to tell you, John, he almost got that right. I think that Henry actually slipped on a wet spot. Mass actually reached in early. Watch the first reach. You can see him reach early. A little bit late on that call. Kind of waited till Henry fell down. But overall, a good call by the official. As a former coach, I can't believe I'm saying that.
I can't either.
That was a good
stunned.
call.
I don't know how I can continue after a comment like that. Rink Mask with his third foul. And one more coming up here for Cole Henry. Missed his last free throw. He's 2 out of 4 from the line with 4 points tonight. A 4-point lead for Bradley. And it's still a 4-point ball game with Boya getting the rebound for the Braves. I liked what I've seen from Mikey Howell tonight, number 5. Number 14, Leons. Howell cut off by Bourne. 9 on the shot clock, and the basket won't go for Howell. foul is on Bourne, his third. Howell goes to the line for two.
Howell knew he had a smaller Bourne on him. He was going to try and get to the rim if he could, draws the foul. The all-time assist leader at UC San Diego. He transfers here because UC San Diego is going through the transition from Division II to Division I, and he wanted an opportunity to go to the NCAA tournament in his last year of eligibility. And Brian Wardle, happy to have him.
And Howell is handing out just under 4 assists a game. And he goes 1 out of 2 on this trip to the line, with Bradley leading 51-46. Bradley, as a team, shoots 61% from the free throw line. UNI, on the other hand, 69%. And the pass low for Green. He was open and has 25. (51-48) Bradley. Tavanainen from way outside. And the rebound for number 0, Nate Heisey. He's averaging 4 rebounds a game for UNI. He moves in on lay-ons. No shot, so out to Henry. Henry to the baseline for Green. And the baseline jumper goes from the corner. 8 for Heisey.
Boy, it came down awkwardly. He's going to try and play through it. Brian Wardle saying, hey, my guy is hurt. Let me take a look at him.
We have a 51-51 game with 11:18 left in our second half, the Missouri Valley Conference opener.
And it's Henry behind the back, nowhere to go. A.J. Green, movement without the basketball, and we got a tie ball game.
Whether it's buzzer beaters,
Puts one up at the buzzer.
big celebrations, or an electric atmosphere, we've got it all in the Valley. We've got some of the best. We mean the best. Women's basketball in the nation.
And the postseason starts here.
At Hoops in the Heartland. We'll see you in the Quad Cities.
Visit NBCQuadCities.com for ticket information.
Are you ready for this sports season? The licensed clinical experts at SSM Health Physical Therapy are. Don't let aches, pain, or an injury keep you from watching your favorite team compete or participating in your favorite activities. Trust our physical therapists to help you feel better, faster, and to get you back to the things you love. With many convenient locations throughout the community, SSM Health Physical Therapy is here to help you heal. To schedule an appointment today, go to ssmphysicaltherapy.com and experience the power of physical therapy.
It's more than an attraction, it's a destination.
Spend a day doing it all.
Can we go for a ride? That's amazing! So where's this?
It's all here at St. Louis Union Station.
Plan your visit at stlouisunionstation.com.
Jake from State Farm. If you here, this must be a State Farm commercial.
Sure is.
It also means it's about to go down.
Oh, don't worry, Chris. Things are gonna go surprisingly great.
Oh, I've been doing this for too many years. It means something about to go down. Oh no, here it comes. Jake, protect yourself!
Have a nice day. I told you, surprising. Just like State Farm's surprisingly great rates.
Who are you talking to?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Tonight, State Farm MVC Scholar Athlete of the game is Northern Iowa's Austin Pipe, a redshirt junior, that is, a forward from Waverly, Iowa. A two-time MVC Scholar Athlete choice. Pipe has a 3.63 grade point average in elementary middle-level education. He twice has earned All-MVC and NABC All-District honors, and for surprisingly great rates, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And hats off to our Scholar Athlete, Austin Pipe. Here's Roberts. A shot for three. Count it. And that's Tavanainen. He has 14.
The basketball gods will always reward the extra pass. Terrific job by Howell.
As a coach, you love that, don't you?
Oh, it's like you wish they could have like the hockey assist. Roberts started that play, kicked it to Howell. Roberts should get an assist as well.
And Cole Henry with the turnover gives the ball back to Bradley. Bradley a 3-point lead. Leon's looking inside. So he'll keep the ball on the outside with Roberts. Mast with the pick. Roberts in tall traffic. Baseline jumper. A three ball. Mikey Howell has 4 points.
John, it starts with the dribble penetration.
Somebody's usually open. Shot for three is too strong. White jerseys around the basket. And it's Tavanainen with the rebound and Howell in the front court. Coming down to 10 minutes to go in the second half here in Peoria. Roberts. He hit the bottom of the backboard. And now Green to the front court. AJ with 25 points tonight after 35 over the weekend. Here's Carter. Green guarded by Howell. And picked up by Leons. Burhow tried to feed the ball to the side of the lane and lost it with the UNI turnover. Roberts with Burhow going for the steal. He got it. Feeding ahead to Carter. Good catch by Carter. Carter from the point. Rattling in and out. And there's Rink Mast.
I almost was about to say that was a smart play by Carter to slow it down, and then he takes the shot 1-on-3.
You almost said that.
Almost.
9 minutes to go in the second half. With Howell settling into the offense, guarded by A.J. Green. Mast with the pick. Howell with the stutter step. He stopped when he had the opening. 3 on the shot clock. And the miss with time running out. Here's UNI back the other way.
Good solid defense by UNI on that possession. Forced a tough three by Tavanainen, but really when you look at the last 8.5 minutes, whoever can keep the ball in front of them will win this game. I know that sounds very simple, John, but you think about the threes that Bradley have hit the last couple of possessions. It started with dribble penetration. What happens with dribble penetration, you have to send somebody to help. Now all of a sudden you're in a scramble situation and somebody's going to get an open look. So it starts with pressure in the ball, but keeping it in front of you.
Let me ask you this, with all of the hustle we saw from Bradley at the end of the first half, the last 11 minutes, they were sensational. Will that start showing up, or perhaps a little fatigue down the stretch here the last 8 minutes?
I don't think so. I think it's a situation where Brian Wardle has, went to his bench early and often. Guys are rested. It really comes down to guys making plays and different rotations. You see Connor Hickman coming in for Terry Roberts now. Wardle was playing 2 point guards at once in Howell and Roberts. Now he gives Roberts a break going into that 8-minute timeout. Save him for the stretch run.
Connor Hickman back in. He has 3 fouls for Bradley. Bourne has 3. He's number 13 for UNI. An open shot from the corner drops in for number 13, Bowen Bourne.
Terrific play by Pickford. Good read.
Here's Howell. The bullet pass to the corner. Hickman. Count it! Connor Hickman has 9.
Hickman spaced the floor. That's a tough run to the deep corner.
Here's Green from the double team. That leaves Carter open. And he answers with a 3, giving him 15. I love this pace. And a timeout for Northern Iowa with 7:46 to go in the second half. And a 3-point game. Bradley leading at home in the Missouri Valley Conference opener. This is entertaining. We'll take a break here. ESPN on the Valley. Right here on ESPN.
Every sunrise offers new opportunities to dream big or to take that next small step. Every sunrise is another chance to build on the one before or to start with a clean slate, because every sunrise is tomorrow's promise made real, and Grinnell Mutual is tomorrow's promise protected. Trust in tomorrow and contact a Grinnell Mutual agent today.
Since 1907, we've been One Valley, breaking down recruitment barriers, hiring coaches to lead our programs, and developing the country's next set of leaders. MVC student athletes are positively impacting the communities where they live by sharing views and fostering a climate for change for future Valley pioneers. To learn more about mobilizing voices for change, visit nvc-sports.com/OneValley.
We believe banking should make your life greater. It starts with affordable options to meet today's needs and tomorrow's dreams. From smart account options that fit your style to flexible loans for what comes next. It means convenient ways to access and manage your money whenever you need it and wherever you're headed. Most of all, it takes great support. Someone you can count on for trusted guidance and to be there for you every step of the way. Great options, great convenience, great support. For life. Great Southern Bank. Understanding what really matters.
We invite you to download the Arch Madness app presented by Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters. The app has all the information you need about tournament schedules, the hotel accommodations, and other fun events during Arch Madness. Download the app on your Android or iOS device right now. We have a good one. 60-57 Bradley with 7:42 and counting in the second half. Bradley, we have seen great intensity from the Braves on defense and hitting the glass, as they've been a terrific rebounding team through the non-conference start to the season, and did not commit a turnover the last 11 minutes of the first half.
7 turnovers for the game, doing an outstanding job protecting the ball.
Oh, Henry is short as he was met inside by Noah Carter. But I asked you, any fatigue? And really not. They're not making the mistakes, and the intensity has not lessened at all. Ten on the shot clock from the double team. Carter stepping up with the spin off the rim, and right there, number 35, Darius Hanna.
Hanna with a terrific job of moving his feet, making a tough shot by Carter.
Mast looking for Hickman, and Howell on the outside. From the corner, Jashawn Henry is bumped by Burhow. The third foul on Burhow. And that's what the movement, the activity will do for you, Rich. It ends up picking up another foul, the third, this time on Burhow for UNI. And off the bench, Nate Heisey.
And John, what it really comes down to is players understanding their strengths. You know, Henry's not a three-point shooter. Put it on the floor, try and get to the rim, try and draw the foul. That's what he did.
And the long lob pass out for Hickman. Ten on the shot clock. Howell, he created some space. Mikey Howell has 6, all in the second half. 62-57 Bradley. Leons comes off the bench. He'll check in at the next dead ball. In the meantime, UNI with the ball.
UNI with
Carter all the way in for the dunk. Noah Carter has 17.
We'll see if this strategy pays off. 5 guards on the floor.
Hickman. 12 for Connor Hickman. His second three-point field goal of the second half.
Part of that strategy is supposed to make you a better defensive team in the half court.
Rebound for Howell.
You got 5 guards on the floor. You're going to have to double in the post. They forced the turnover.
Heisey with the interception. And now Bowen to the front court for UNI. Trailing by 6. Oh, Green lost a handle on it, but used the body to maintain the possession for UNI. Green in on Hickman. And the ball is slapped to the sideline. And a steal for Bradley. Oh, the loose ball out of bounds to UNI. I love the hustle and the intensity.
John, this is Missouri Valley basketball. You got your 6'9" guy from the Netherlands diving full force.
I mean, that's a turnover right there. But somehow kept the ball alive. And we have 5:02 to go here in the second half as the officials go over to the monitors.
John, I tell you, I love when players leave skin on the floor for their teammates. First it was Howell, and then watch Mast. Amazing. Just terrific hustle play, and that really is a microcosm of why Bradley is up 6 at this point.
Well, Bradley is coming off a big win over Maine, 71-39. UNI won on the road at St. Bonaventure, 90-80, and UNI has really been scoring big points, 80-plus points over the last 3 games, and tonight UNI is sitting at 59 with 5 minutes to go.
When you think about it, first half they go 2 of 12 from the three-point line. They're down 11 at half. They've made it a ball game because in the second half they're 6 for 9 from the three-point line. And because of that, Ben Jacobson has basically gone with 5 guards trying to spread the floor and take advantage of the three-point shooting. But then you look at the other end, defensively you're giving up some things inside because of your lack of height.
Austin Fife had 2 points in the first half, and I don't think he's played in the second half.
Very briefly. And Cole Henry has not seen the floor in the last 4 minutes, so this small lineup trying to make the push to get UNI over the hump.
Bradley's last 11 points have come from Connor Hickman and Mikey Howell. A 6-point lead for the Braves. As Nate Heisey will inbound for UNI.
A perfect example. How do you build your roster? You got a grad transfer in Mikey Howell and Connor Hickman, a freshman from Bloomington, Indiana.
25 points tonight for A.J. Green. Burhow has not scored. And that funnels out for Nate Heisey. A little too strong with the shot. Roberts has scored 16 tonight. Roberts moved the pivot foot. Turnover Bradley. 4:26 to go in the game. And UNI trying to cut into this 65-59 Bradley lead.
Brian Wardle electing to go with 2 point guards in Roberts and Howell, although Roberts obviously can shift over and score as well.
Green watched by Terry Roberts. And this is Cole Henry out high. Carter, 17 off the bench. Long three-point attempt. 20 for Noah Carter.
I don't know if you caught that, but Brian Wardle yelling from the bench, he's a driver. He's a driver. Carter says, no, I can make the 3-2.
And he stepped back and shot the long three. Savanainen has scored 14 tonight. He'll take the three-point attempt. And in the volley, the ball belongs to UNI, with Henry bringing the ball up the floor. Green was blocked, with Howell coming from behind. It's UNI's ball. Where did he come from?
Yeah, he never gave up on the play. Mikey Howell. And how about Carter from deep downtown Peoria?
And we'll go to break with the Valley on ESPN.
Arch Madness.
It's all about the excitement, the fans, the history, the big moments.
Shoots at the horn. Good! Good!
It's all about the madness.
To make it to the tournament.
And March, it begins here. I'll see you in St. Louis. Visit archmadness.com for ticket information.
It begins here with the 32nd chapter of Arch Madness in downtown St. Louis. Stay with your team at its assigned hotel and experience the madness as 10 Missouri Valley Conference schools look to capture the league's automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. Conveniently located near attractions like the Gateway Arch, the City Museum, and Ballpark Village, sited the MVC Fan Hangout, team properties, plus the tournament headquarters at Union Station and other Arch Madness hotels offer Valley rates to fans wishing to follow their schools all the way to the MVC Championship crown. Book rooms at these properties for Arch Madness or for your next trip to St. Louis by calling 1-800-916-0041 or visit ExploreStLouis.com.
Our players of the game are a presentation of State Farm, a proud partner of the Missouri Valley Conference. Visit statefarm.com or talk to your local agent to get your own surprisingly great rate on car insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a quote tonight. And with A.J. Green scoring 25 points, 13 in the first half, and coming off a 35-point game, and Terry Roberts had 6 points in 22 minutes against Maine. He had 11 in the first half and has 16 tonight, and has been part of the excellent hustle, the excellent pace of play for Bradley, leading to a 65-62 lead. But how is this going to end, Rich?
Somebody's going to hit a big shot, obviously, but A.J. Green got it going for UNI, got him back in the game to start the second half. Back-to-back threes, but the defense by Bradley, Leon's on the ball, forces the travel by Heisey. You cannot move your pivot foot when you're taking the ball inbounds.
Now Bradley with the ball and the lead, coming down to 3 minutes left in the game. Mast and Roberts out high. Mast will shoot the three. And the rebound goes to Heisey. Bradley with 7 fouls, UNI with 6. Both teams are in the 1-1. And Low Berhow gets his first field goal with 2:48 to go in the game.
The senior picked the right time to go to the offensive glass.
He got the rebound in the basket, making it a 1-point game in favor of Bradley. Here's Howell driving, and he is fouled. That's on Green, his third foul. Team foul number 7. UNI's last lead was at 8:55 of the first half at 22-19. And Bradley's largest lead was 42-28 with 19:42 to go right out of the gate here in the second half.
You watch Howell on that last play. He's a natural left-hander. If you're a young player, so important to use and develop the ability to go left or right. Howell showed that ability to go right even though he's a left-hander. A couple of free throws to extend the lead.
8 points off the bench tonight from Mikey Howell. And Howell will go to the bench with Jashawn Henry. one of the starters tonight for Brian Wardle, back in the game. 2.5 to go. A 3-point Bradley lead. Green with the ball fake. Green trying to get some separation. Oh, he found some room, but couldn't get it down.
He had a good look at it.
He did. Here's Roberts. The fadeaway.
And that has told the tale tonight. UNI just not able to control the ball screen out front.
Green counted. 28 for Green, and the final timeout taken by Northern Iowa with 1:46 to go in the game. It's a 2-point lead for Bradley. This is what we hoped for when we came to the arena tonight. This type of effort, this type of back and forth, where it looked like with the first points of the second half, Bradley might create some big separation on the home floor, but UNI didn't let it happen, and here we are with a 2-point game coming down the stretch.
UNI, an experienced team, down double digits at halftime, but they relied on their experienced players. It was A.J. Green, then Carter gets into the act. Burhow with a big offensive rebound, but how about Terry Roberts? We talked about him at the outset. You know, the guy who is the best point guard they've had since Darryl Brown. And on that ball screen, he gets the mismatch with a bigger Henry, drives him back on his heels, and then you cannot go under and be late on A.J. Green when he's going to his right, because you can't get to the ball. You know, right now, if you're both coaches, you might want to start thinking about, do we double team all ball screens? Whether it's Terry Roberts, whether it's A.J. Green, make somebody else beat you besides one of those two players.
And let's go back a moment for the turnover at the end line for UNI. You look at that score right now, that's a difference in the game. But Bradley in control, leading by 2, coming down to a minute and a half left in regulation. And here's Terry Roberts. Lost the grip on the ball, but saved by Jashawn Henry. Henry in traffic, and the ball's tied up.
I'd say he may have gotten away with a travel, but arrow in UNI's favor.
UNI down by 2 with 1:28 to go in the second half. And here's Green, watched by Terry Roberts. Cole Henry, redshirt freshman. And Green to Henry, cut off by Mask. 12 on the shot clock. Green somehow maintains possession. 4 on the shot clock. Green lost the handle on the ball. 2 on the shot clock. Shot clock violation. Exactly what Bradley needed on that trip down the floor for UNI. Another strong defensive stand.
You know, it all started with Mask keeping Cole Henry in front of him. He broke up the play on Henry's drive, and then Green just unable to come away with a shot.
Alibi Leon's out, and Mikey Howell back in. Under a minute to go in regulation, but Bradley up by 2. Here's Howell. Green is with him. Howell feeding the ball low, and it's out of bounds. 8 on the shot clock for Bradley to play it in.
And Ben Jacobson wants him to take a look at it. He thinks it went off of Henry's knee. Take another look at it, but
so Randy Heimerman and Mike O'Neill will go over to the monitor and take another look at it with 35.5 to go. And right now, as it stands, 8 seconds on the shot clock.
Well, this is the rule change that actually is good for the game. Get it right. Let the officials take another look. They can look at it in slow motion, make sure that they made the correct call. And actually, it's only our second review of the night. See him dialing back. Maybe we can get another look at it.
Well, that's exactly what Randy Heimerman is doing right now. He's dialing it back and taking a look at the last few frames, if you will.
From this angle, from here, it looked like it was knocked out by a UNI Panther. But obviously, Coach Jacobson not only gets a timeout here if they don't get the ball, he has a chance to set his defense. We're going to take another look at it. Good job by Henry cutting him off. But from that angle, it looks like Carter knocks it out.
So 8 on the shot clock here for the Braves.
Basically, it was inconclusive. Call on the floor, Bradley ball, nothing to overrule it. And we'll see if UNI can get the stop here with 8 seconds.
The pass in for Mast. Roberts in traffic, got the opening, and he couldn't score it, but the follow won't go down. Jashawn Henry, quite active on the baseline, couldn't convert. 18 seconds and counting. Green scores it.
Oh, my.
30 for Green, tying the score with 13 seconds to go. And a timeout. The last timeout, that is, for the Braves, with 9.6 to go. Set it up for us, Rich.
So here's the difference. UNI in transition, your best player, perhaps the best player in the conference with the ball in his hands. Ben Jacobson lets him play. He delivers over a good defensive play by Henry. Henry, terrific job of staying down. That's a tough shot.
But you talked about the jump shot style being slightly behind his head. And just when he gets that elevation, that is tough to block.
And you get that little fade, create some space. Now Bradley. On the other end, Brian Wardle calls the timeout. He's got new guys. He's got Howell. He's got Roberts. He's got Leons. So you got some new guys. You want to make sure that you get a good shot off here. I tell you, John, it has worked all night long. Run the high ball screen with Terry Roberts. Maybe Rick Mast. He can spread the floor or he can roll to the basket. Maybe you get a pick and roll situation. But the other guy you're going to look for is Tavanainen. Has delivered big in the past. Maybe Tavanainen off a flare screen.
Ville scored 11 in the first half, has had 1 3-point field goal in the second half. Bradley had a halftime lead of 39-28. And here we are down to the last 9.6 seconds of a tie game.
I'll guarantee you the last thing Ben Jacobson said to his team, shot goes up, 5 white jerseys find their bodies.
Roberts all the way in. What a move. He has 20. Green with time running out. Lets it fly. It won't go. And Bradley wins the season opener in the Valley 71-69.
Wow. What a terrific play by Terry Roberts. And a great call by Brian Wardle. All game long, they have been setting the ball screen up top, and it has clogged the middle over the last 2 or 3 possessions. This time, no ball screen. He lets Terry Roberts go to work, and the former junior college All-American delivers.
Oh my, what a move and a game winner for Terry Roberts, who scored 20 tonight, giving Bradley a 71-69 win in the Valley Conference opener here at home for Bradley against UNI. Our next Missouri Valley Conference women's basketball game of the week on the Valley on ESPN will tip off Friday, December 31st, when the Loyola Ramblers travel to Springfield, Missouri to meet the Missouri State Lady Bears at JQH Arena. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. Central on the Valley on ESPN. And for more MVC men's basketball action, join us Sunday, January 2nd, when the Evansville Purple Aces will travel to Cedar Falls to meet the Northern Iowa Panthers. Coverage begins at 1 p.m. Central on the Valley on ESPN.
John, did we expect anything else but a nail-biter in the Missouri Valley opener?
Rich Savosic, what a way to start the Valley season. For Rich Savosic, I'm John Rooney. We say so long from Peoria, Illinois, where the Bradley Braves were able to hold off UNI, and a basket by Terry Roberts gave the Braves a 71-69 win. All games airing on ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. Thanks for